Thank you, and thank you for having me, and I'm really excited to be here. So I'm going to talk about digital accessibility from maybe a little bit more the IT perspective rather than the medical profession perspective, but I think there are some touch points there. So my name is Rana Ersgård. I am the CEO of Beetroot, and I live in Sweden. I have a master's degree in medical informatics, but I have mostly worked in the health IT industry, and really interesting to hear about the lack of innovation potentially here from the previous panel. So let's talk about this topic. I will just tell a little bit short about who we are as a company. I promise I will not stay there for long. How do I change the slides? Okay, good. So, Beetroot is a tech ecosystem rooted in Sweden. It was started 12 years ago. We have a strong R&D presence in Eastern Europe, which means that we have colleagues from Ukraine who are doing heroic work and still continuing to deliver value to our customers, both from within Ukraine still and outside, and some of them are here with me today. So the special thing about Beetroot is that it was founded out of wanting to create impact and really having that driver of doing something good for society in different ways. In our case, we do it through software development and tech education. We have different parts of our ecosystem. We have an academy where we train individuals to get their first IT career, like their first job within IT. So we have trained over 12,000 people. They now work for 600 companies in 30 different countries and so on. We have software development teams with team augmentation and custom software solutions. And we started a tech relief fund focused on humanitarian needs because of the full-scale war in Ukraine that impacted our colleagues. We do have, as part of this impact focus, we do have most of our customers are within health tech, green tech, and ed tech, and mostly in Europe, with a focus of UK, Nordics, and DACH region. I have mentioned the word impact a couple of times now, but for us, it's really not just a word. It's integral part of everything we do in the company, and it spans over economical, societal, and biosphere impact. And we run different initiatives, try to keep the focus, finding the right people that are really caring about this topic to be part of our teams. And there is a connection to diversity and accessibility here, I promise. I'll get there in a second. So when I started working in healthcare IT 18 years ago, a lot of focus was around the medical profession. Many of you guys, nurses, doctors, caregivers, and how can we make better products and solutions for them, and how can we make smarter ways of working. But the patient groups, the citizens were not yet in focus really. That has improved a lot. Still, it's very easy to get it wrong. Like a lot of products and solutions do not really consider these aspects of making sure that everything is accessible for everybody. And this type of look, it's actually how things look for more people than you think for your products and services. So this is our better version of it. Just to give a super simple example, but it is not an insignificant amount of people that actually struggle to be part of this new digital society. We do have regulations, it's one of the main drivers, but it's still not enough. Regulations, standards, guidelines, those are things that have been a driver, and some people are starting to realize that this is actually a competitive advantage, as well as you get more reach for your products and services. But we do still see that there are more things to do. And one other thing that I would like to highlight, I think that a lot of us in here has, at some point of our lives, acted as tech support for our grandparents or parents or something like that. And it is really fascinating to see how much people are expected to take care of their lives in the digital version of it. And it's spanning about everything. I mean, in the Nordic countries, the degree of digitalization is super high. So you're expected to do everything online. Make your bank management, your finances, your healthcare, your children's school, you're participating in civic society, buying a phone subscription. Everything is super digital, and it's becoming more and more complex. So actually, if we don't consider how to make it accessible for everybody. It is a democratic issue. Like, people have to be able to participate in the society on equal terms. So this is becoming more and more a thing that we consider in our teams and our development on how to make sure that we cater for all needs when it comes to digital solutions. So how do we do it? Or some findings and learnings that I would like to share with you. One thing that's very important is that to have it as the front seat driver and not the back seat driver. So it's really important that, oh yeah, we slap on some diversity and inclusion, like at the end of things. That doesn't work. It has to be there from the beginning. So it has to be part of the core operations, and management has to care about these type of topics. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. We need to have diverse teams with different backgrounds, different peoples, different ages, different languages, connecting with each other, relying on each other's both professional and personal experiences. And if you work in I don't know exactly how it works in a hospital, but in many companies, if you allow some room for innovation, really great things can happen. And that has to be part of the organization's DNA, that it's okay to innovate and that it's okay to have ideas and to explore them. So I'll mention a couple of examples of what has happened when we have tried to be and foster these type of initiatives in our company. So we have a lot of different teams, a lot of different backgrounds, and in one of the teams, it was a development team. They were doing something for a customer. We're not a product company, so it wasn't our own product, but we were developing something. And one of the developers in the team was a partially deaf-mute person. So in that collaboration within the team, besides doing whatever it was they were doing for the clients, which I don't remember right now, they were trying to figure out how to collaborate with this developer that didn't have the same ability to consume the digital information, to make sure that the team could still collaborate and work together. So in that effort and in that trying to figure out how can we have a smooth collaboration in the team, there was an app born out of it called Speak and Hear. That is working with text recognition, speech to text, and so on, different types of translating between different types of communication, just to make the collaboration in the team smoother because of that real need and that diversity in the team. We have another example, which is a R&D project that started out by a person who needed to take care of his grandmother in Ukraine and tried to think about some sort of, how can I do this in a smarter way? How can I do this in a more efficient way? So out of that, there was an app created because there was room for that in the company. It wasn't a commercial project in the beginning. It became so good that it's actually becoming a commercial project. But it was born out of a need, a team effort, an understanding that this could be something interesting to work on, and there was room for that in the team to work on it. So that's also one of the examples of what diversity and being open to innovations can lead to, and make sure that there are different types of people in all of the teams as far as possible. For anybody who is working in some sort of tech development project or liaising with a tech company or doing something, this is something that we would like to share. We have a checklist for how to make sure that you get digital accessibility right. And if you are buying a system, if you are a procurer, please make sure that this topic is one of the must-have criterias, not nice to have, but must have, because it's really, really important. And if you're a vendor, please encourage your customers to consider this area, because it is really something that is going to be more and more needed in the future. And this is a continuous journey, so there are some additional highlights to take away. Learn and train, encourage learning and training about this topic in your organizations. There's a lot of free content online. There are digital classes, there are paid courses. Just make sure that everybody has a little higher baseline understanding of this area and the potential in it. Measure and report all the time. Measure and report the progress. Like, what is it that, what kind of KPIs do you have? What is it that you need to do? And have team that has fun. diverse, equal, and united team sharing a passion for this area and driving the digital accessibility frameworks forward. So yeah, that's me. I hope that you got some takeaways from it. I got a note here that I need to speed up, so I will open up for questions, comments, reflections. Clear. Thank you.